Hello, friends. Delphia here with you, and I cannot believe another week has gone by. Lately, I feel like my days just blur together anymore, and it's hard not to get discouraged. It's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel. Friends, it's just hard. But we can't lose sight of the future. We can't lose sight of the fact that there will be much work to be done on the other side of this challenging season, and most importantly, we can't lose hope. As long as there's love and friendship and caring for one another, there can still be hope. As long as we wake up and greet a new day or a new week, there can still be hope. Maybe you're like me and your hope has wavered a bit in these last few weeks, or maybe you misplaced your hope a long time ago. Either way, stick with me and let's see if we can't find ways to find that hope yet again in this episode called Finding Hope. When it comes to hope, there is no quick fix. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Just as it took time for your hope to dissipate, it will take time and effort to build it back up again. But when you're living a life that lacks hope, being able to change that is worth every bit of work. And an unexpected bonus is that the work you're doing to recalibrate your life may also serve as a distraction from your feelings of hopelessness. Now, it's not about avoiding or ignoring our feelings, but what I've found is that when there's something bothering me, the more I focus on it, the bigger the problem or the worse the situation seems to get. So first, decide that you want to make a change, that your life has taken a turn from hope and joy, and you want to get it back on track. No matter where you want to go in life or what you want to achieve, it all begins with that first step in the right direction. So decide to take it. So again, one of the things I have discovered is that when there's something in my life that's bothering me, the more I focus on that thing or situation, the bigger or worse it seems to get. The brain is a funny thing that way, but I've found the inverse is true as well. Focusing on good things seems to increase them too. Negative or positive, the brain amplifies whatever you choose to make your focus. So if you had the power to change your brain's focal point, why wouldn't you choose to focus on the good? In times when I feel like there is a lack of hope in my life, having an attitude of gratitude, keeping a gratitude journal, or simply listing a few things that I'm grateful for in that moment helps my brain begin to amplify that emotion. When you're able to recognize that there is still beauty and goodness in your life, well, I found that there's a sense of comfort and peace that accompanies that realization. Friends, being grateful is an easy way to turn our perception of our situation around. Gratitude leads to feelings of joy, which leads to feelings of love, which leads to hope. Maybe you just need some perspective. Did you put away that gratitude journal yet? Because some paper and a pen might come in handy for this next tip too. In times of hopelessness, one of the other exercises that I've found incredibly helpful is to list all of the difficult, awful, challenging, heartbreaking things that I've had to overcome in my lifetime. You can just think about them, but I find having the visual representation really hits the point home. Take just a few minutes and write those experiences down. You can be as detailed as you want to be, or just simply list them. After you feel like you've gotten as many as you can think of, sit back and look at that list. Look at what you've already overcome. Acknowledge your strength. Acknowledge your growth. Is your current situation worse than anything on that list? Maybe it is, and that's okay, because you've already been able to overcome so much. Also, take time to realize that those hard seasons didn't last forever, and that whatever you're going through at this moment, the thing that has depleted your hope, won't last forever either. What brings you joy? We've determined a few emotions can help lead us to hope: gratitude, love, and joy. So I'll ask you again, what brings you joy? Do more of those things. Doing things that light you up, things that make you happy, will help give you a sense of purpose, which can reignite hope for our lives and for our futures. There's nothing too big or too small to do. Read a book, write a book, try cooking some new recipes, start taking daily walks with your dog, take up learning a musical instrument, try something new, or do things that you've always enjoyed. Hope is a motivational state of being. It's the result of doing things that make us happy, of being the person that we want to be, of living the life that we want to live. Hope starts with being grateful for what we have, but continues in the enjoyment of what we have. Bill Withers said it best. We all need somebody to lean on. The three emotional states we've determined that can lead us to hope are gratitude, joy, and love. As a general rule of life, you should always try to surround yourself with supportive and loving people, but especially so when we're struggling to find a sense of hope in our lives. Find people who can speak positivity and truth into your life. Ask friends if they've ever struggled with a lack of hope in their lives, and learn what they did to work through that time. I can assure you, everyone has felt these feelings before, even if some won't admit it. Strive to surround yourself with the people in your life that make you feel good, that encourage you, that help you see the best in yourself. When we find ourselves in a season of hopelessness, one of the best things we can do is not go through it alone, and to be reminded that we are more loved than we know. Our recipe for hope: gratitude, joy, and love. Love is quite possibly the most powerful of all emotions, and I have found it time and time again to be the greatest tool for combating any dark or difficult seasons in my life. Love is light. Love is warmth. Love is peace and comfort. And it's hard to stay in the depths when you're filled with a sense of love. But friends, love is a two-way street. In the last tip, we talked about being sure to surround ourselves with loving people, especially when we're in a season lacking hope. But I have found you can get love when you give love. So our last tip is to look outward, to love outward. Volunteer. Do something nice for someone else. Take some time to get out of your own struggle and be a source of joy for someone else. Be a source of gratitude for someone else. Be a source of love for someone else. And in turn, be a source of hope for someone else. Friends, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank you for tuning in. May we all have the chance to rediscover our sense of hope in this time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. And if you'd like to enjoy more content from me, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And hit the little notification icon if you want to stay up to date with when new videos are posted. If you've got suggestions for topics you'd like discussed on this channel, please feel free to drop me a line at delphia@delphia.live. That's Delphia at DELPHIA.live. I'm Delphia, and thanks for watching.